Let's see how it looks. Pokemon info. Oh, it's so cute. All right. Let's see its attacks. Details. Okay, so for Leafeon, let's check out the details. Its basic attack becomes a boosted attack with every third attack dealing increased damage. So that's basic stuff, always. Okay, let's go over here. So basic attack ability: when the Pokemon evolves, its ability changes. When the Pokemon with this ability is not in combat, its movement speed is slightly increased. Okay, normal stuff. Ability: when the Pokemon with this ability is not in tall grass, its chlorophyll gauge charges. When the chlorophyll gauge is full, the Pokemon with this ability has its movement speed increased. So it's just a lot of movement speed being increased. It is a speedster type, right? Swift, we already know Swift. Has the user shoot star-shaped rays, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon when they hit. Yep. Okay. Oh, so it has Razor Leaf and Solar Blade. Interesting. Okay, let's read this one. So, Razor Leaf is ranged. Has the user launch 5 sharp-edged leaves in the designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon they hit before sticking to the ground for a short time. If this move is used again, the leaves return to the user and deal damage to opposing Pokemon they hit along the way. If the leaves are returned to the user after a set amount of time has Okay, so the leaves are returned to the user after a set amount of time has passed since they stuck into the ground. Interesting. So it's like spikes, right? They deal increased damage if all 5 leaves hit one Pokemon. The user is granted a shield. Interesting. That's so cool. So will the user get granted a shield if all 5 leaves hit the Pokemon, right? Not only the increased damage. We'll see. Upgrade strengthens the effect of the shield granted by this move. Okay, we'll see how that works, but that's really cool. I like the range stuff. So Solar Blade has the user start gathering light and filling a blade with its light energy. If this move is used again after the user has started gathering light, the user brings the blade down, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon it hits. The longer the blade is filled with light energy, the more damage this move deals. It kind of reminds me of Zacian's the Doggo's ult, right? So it's just a gauge one. When the user's chlorophyll gauge is full, the cooldown for the next use of this move is reduced. Okay, interesting. So when the chlorophyll gauge is full, the cooldown for the next use of this move is reduced, and then when the move is used, the blade is brought down immediately and deals maximum damage. Upgrade: the user receives reduced damage while filling the blade with light energy. I wonder how that happens. Are you just standing in one spot and charging it? Also, when you run a full EV team, they get a hidden passive. Interesting. That sounds kind of cool, Shadow. I wonder what the passive is. Can you explain a little bit more about the passive, Shadow? Here, let me show chat on this really quick. Pop. I think that should work. Just should pop out chat. Okay, quick attack. Nice. Has the user move quickly in the designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon it makes contact with along the way. I like that. Aerial Ace. Dude, Aerial Ace. It's a dash move. I like these. Okay, so they're both dash moves. Okay, Aerial Ace has the user move with speed and slash, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon it hits. The user's next basic attack after using this move deals increased damage. A maximum of 2 uses can be kept in reserve for this move. Upgrade decreases the time it takes to store a use for this move. Okay, Leaf Blade has the user dash, then spin while slashing around itself with sharp leaves, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon it hits. If the outer ring of this move area of effect hits the opposing Pokemon, it deals increased damage, decreasing the opponent's movement speed. and charges the user's chlorophyll gauge. So, okay, so Leaf Blade is gonna be the main one for basically the Solar Blade, right? So Solar Blade and Leaf Blade go together for sure. Yeah, yep, that's so Solar Blade and Leaf Blade go together. So then Aerial Ace and Racer Leaf would probably be together too. Okay, let's see. The Unite move, Emerald 2-step, has the user leap at a designated opposing Pokemon, dealing damage to it and decreasing its movement speed. After that, the user leaps up and lands with force, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon in the area of effect. Those opposing Pokemon take more damage the closer they are to the center of effect area. So yeah, just a nice area of effect. All these CVs have a nice area of effect. And so it's kind of like Espeon. That's what you would think about, right? But it says sure hit, so I think it's automatically gonna hit someone. So it's I would say it's more of a what's that Pokemon? The dragon one. Yeah, Dragonite. So it's kind of like Dragonite, I assume.